couple of it. Guys, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. This is a therapeutic Chase the Heat. I think I need you guys right now. It's windy as can be. I was going to do a review outside, but it's so windy, and Tommy was kind enough to let me use his studio for just a little while. Dave B, good to see you. Foodie, good to see you as well. Hey, Silver Surfer. And hello, Michelle. Hey, John, David, Donnie, good to see you. John Hazeldine, Susie Q. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping in. I just wanted to, woke up on the wrong side of the web today, I think. Not quite sure what it was. But you know what? You guys always have this magical way somehow making me feel better. But I hope everybody's doing well. The funny thing is, visually, it is so pretty out, but man, it is a torrential wind. Maddie Front, good to see you. Where cruise is headed to? I hope somewhere sunny and beautiful. Well, you know what? I'm not sure. Here's the thing about this cruise. Probably one of the strangest things about this whole thing. I don't know where the cruise is going. I have no idea. Kind of winging it, really. You know what I mean? Firehouse subs. Wow. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Jared Mathis from East St. Louis. Good to see you. And Groovy Lava, Squirrel Medic. But you know what? Any stream is going to be better once Groovy Lava, Squirrel Medic shows up. You got to be kidding. What a great handle that is. Tommy does have what he uses. I can't demand. Listen, Tommy's a sweetheart. I wouldn't want to demand anything from the dude. I don't know if you notice, he's a lot bigger than I am. But he was very kind and said, sure, no problem. So, David Robinette, good to see you this morning. All right, Silver Surfer. Tracy says, talk about how much the Hulu show has impacted you so far. I'm the dog that chased the car. I caught it. I don't know what to do with it. No, it's been fun. It's been interesting. I've had people. It's surreal as can be. I mean, I knew what I filmed, but to watch how they put it all together, they did a great job of editing it. There's been an awful lot of goodwill generated in my direction from people who really enjoyed it. I have not had one person like that was simply a viewer say, "Hey, I didn't like it." I did not have one viewer said that, but there have been a lot of people in the chili world that have had horrific things to say about it. So that's where the curse portion of it comes in. The blessing is that the people who we made this for are enjoying it. At one point the other night, it was second in the top 15 of Hulu for a brief period of time. So we're doing remarkably well, which is very, very neat. Looks like it could be a hit. So that's where all of the blessings from it come from. The negative parts, the curse parts, are from some people. It's really funny. The negative parts, and I've essentially left social media. I will post on occasion to Instagram, because Instagram, at least insofar as I see it, is far less toxic than some of the other platforms. But I really have stayed away from Facebook and everything else. But I've heard things that people have said. I've seen screenshots that people send me. They think I need to see them. So the only negative things that I've seen are from people that wish they were in it and weren't. Dave B, thank you so much for being here. That is very generous. I watch you every day and laugh my tail off. Thank you for being you. XOXO. Wishes we always ride for you. Thank you, Davey. I appreciate that more than you know. So all in all, it's been very, very good. I think you know it's really a funny thing. I think that, and I said this in a video I think I did yesterday. Nobody there was not a single person who applied to be in this. Nobody did. There wasn't like, hey, if you want to be in this, come on down and auditions. There wasn't any of that. You literally got a tap on the shoulder or an email or a text message or a phone call where they said, hey, we're doing something. Think you may have an interest? Let me tell you what it's about. See if you're interested. That's all it was. So the people that aren't in it didn't get that shoulder tap. They didn't get that phone call or the text message or email. And I didn't do casting. I'm an idiot. I'm just lucky enough to have been in it. I didn't do the casting. I didn't do the editing. I didn't decide, hey, let's put this part in and let's cut that part out. But by some of the things that people are saying, you would think that I did. So, but all in all, it's been a far greater blessing than it's been a curse. You know what I mean? It's like I said for a long time, what YouTube is, what this platform is a door opener. And it's opened a bunch of really cool doors. I've been very fortunate to walk through. So far, it seems like I've walked through the right ones. I haven't walked through a door I wish I hadn't yet. And that's a scary thing. I'm terrified because here's the problem. Now doors are flying open everywhere. And it's very easy to say, hey, that looks like a good door. And I just want to be very, very careful of what doors I go through, what doors I stay away from. Chili Burp and Pepper Belly. What a great name. Good to see you. David, so has Ed said anything about the 61,000 Scoville hot sauce test? I don't know. I don't have Ed's phone number. He doesn't have mine. And we don't really talk. We certainly are friendly with each other. My dig wasn't against Ed personally at all. It was just against the fact that something isn't what it's reported to be. But no, I haven't heard. And he's like I said in the video, nobody from that camp is going to be surprised because they made it. You know what I mean? Somebody did a review of my sauce. You think I'd be stunned at what the numbers would be? No, I made it. You know what I mean? So no, I haven't heard anything. It's been relatively sad. Here's the truth of it though, because I am not on social media, he could be saying the worst things about me and I wouldn't know it. Listen, I don't care what people are saying about me. I really don't. You know what I get paid for? I get paid to make content that is engaging enough that people choose to watch. I don't get paid to read comments that people think I'm a scumbag or that I'm lucky or I am a millionaire and I paid for super hot. I don't buy into any of that crap. I just don't listen. I don't get paid to read that stuff. Yeah. But anyhow. Up in Flames says, hope there's a super hot season 2. I don't live in Reno anymore and I'm not a betting dude. But if you were a betting dude, I'd put some money on that. Silver Surfer, thank you for revealing the SHU of the Pepper X. Here's the truth of it, Tracy. I really didn't actually reveal the what Pepper X is. You know, because they can't, even if they take a bottle of sauce, they can't break it down and tell you how hot the sauce was that went in that pepper mash. They can just tell you overall what the sauce is. So while I didn't actually tell you how hot that sauce is, I certainly told you how weak it was. Up in Flames, CTH4 is a real scorcher. Thank you. It is. Nick, I am the Noise Opera. 10 months, baby. Thank you so much. Got blue buses, all kinds of cool buses. Thank you for everybody supporting the channel. I appreciate it more than you know. David Robinette said he's supposed to make a video today about Pepper X. He better. If I were him, I sure would. You know? And I didn't say, listen, but before you guys go over and watch his video, hand to God, I didn't tell a lie. All I did was tell the truth. You know what I am? I'm the bearer of bad tidings. That's what I am. I'm the messenger. 1,000 years ago, they would have shot me just for showing up and saying what I said. But this is the way the world works. And the funny thing is, this is a super important thing that everybody needs to understand. I'm not special. Anybody of this. Let me pick a name. Davey. First name my eyes fell on. Davey could buy a bottle of sauce and ship it to a lab somewhere and said, test this. When it came back, Davey could read that. Does that make Davey a bad person? No. Here's the problem. I have a couple people who listen to me. And that's why people are upset about me. But like Matt Front says, sometimes the truth hurts. Prince of Petty. Good morning. Found you from that Hulu series. Yeah, I'm glad you watched it. Thank you. That was a fun series to be in. It really was a good time. Facts don't lie, Jason P. It's really funny. They don't. But boy, people do. I can tell you that Painfully Scorpion, CTH4 is hotter than the last dab experience. True story. Will you see that on the bag anywhere? It's a pouch. It's sold in a pouch, 7-ounce pouch. Nowhere do we say, hey, you better be careful. It'll burn your face off. It just says Painfully Scorpion. That's all. But, and, it's not a contest to see who can urinate the furthest, but Chase to Eat 4 is a hotter sauce. And just call it like I see it. Chad Matthews says, play dumb games and win dumb prizes. That is what it is, right? Good to see you, dude. Just Me Being Me says, I definitely felt cheated by that sauce. It is hot, but it was false advertising on the bottle. Here's the thing. It's like he said in that video. I mean, 99.999999246, whatever number he invented on the spot right there. Whatever that number was, that argument floats. It's perfect. Perfect. If he didn't put on the label over 91% Pepper X. That's the problem. If he hadn't said that, he still would have had a problem because the list of ingredients, almost all of the ingredients are Pepper X. So regardless, he would have had an issue. I mean, here's the thing. All I did was bring it to the forefront. Do you don't think if I didn't do this, somebody was going to? Let me ask you that seriously. If Johnny Scoville didn't send that stuff off to get tested, do you not think at some point somebody would have? I'll bet you, I'm not a betting guy. I'll bet you $1,000. I'm not the only person who's done it. I'll bet you 3 or 4 people have already done it. Big world. So it is what it is, but I'm just, Listen, you know what? In times of treachery, speaking the truth can be dangerous. That's what it is. I'm telling the truth. Chili Mancer, 99.99999996425. Thanks for getting that number right for me. It's an interesting thing. Jason P, I quit smoking. Then he had a cigarette in his hand in the video. Credibility shot, smoke in head. That's a funny thing about that. Somebody sent me that picture, and I went, because he always talks about how he's been healed from the bondage of nicotine. And it's ironic because they call him Smoking Ed. But I said, where'd you get that picture? Did you post it? I'm not going to post it. I didn't post that picture, but it's out there. I don't know. Here's the thing. Who cares if you smoke cigarettes? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if you smoke weed? It's legal. Who cares? So why lie about it? And if you're willing to lie about cigarettes, which is such a little thing, what else are you willing to stretch the truth about? Not even stretch the truth. What are you willing to make up about? I don't know. There's my man. Hi, Mark. Johnny, yesterday's videos were some of the best you've ever did. I'm glad you spoke up. Yeah. Listen, man, I'm glad I live where I live. Where I live right now, I live where we live in Tucson. There are these little ridges and I live on the top one. You can't drive by my house. If I see you, it's because you're coming here. And there's my driveway. So I live in a tough place to sneak up on. And the truth is, I'd be a bad guy to sneak up on. All right, pal, 777, love your show, Johnny. Ignore the Limelight Hunters. Boy, there are a lot of those, aren't there? A lot of those. Tina Turner says lying is too exhausting. Boy, I'll tell you what. Well, you know what? It forces you to think. If you lie, it forces you to be really good with recall. And if you just tell the truth, it's not recall. It's just like your brain dialing to a file and just pulling it to the front and speaking it out, like a computer does. But if you've lied, you aren't going to that file. You're going to what you may have told somebody. It's different. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hi, Charlie Mullins. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, Zena Turner. That's Jen Marie, guys. Or just Jen Marie, she says. Yeah, Jason, the name on that lab that's my office number. If people know where my office is, it's on every box everywhere. It's on the website, so it's not that big a deal. Yeah, people thought that was my personal address. It wasn't. I wouldn't have put that there if it was my personal address. Yeah, lying is just a bad deal. B. Hendricks says the cream always rises to the top. Uncle Bulkow is great, Davey. He's a wonderful guy. Jeremy Shelton, very, very good to see you guys. Anyway, listen, you guys, I'm not going to stay on too late today, but I did want to come on and talk to you guys. And you guys are, boy, when I tell you you're therapeutic for me, I already feel better. That's why, if boy, you know what Tommy talks about on his channel, connections, right? I'm telling you, I was not in a good mood when I turned this thing on. I turned it on because I've been doing this long enough that I know that connecting with you guys is going to make me feel better. And that's the truth. And it works. So if you're somebody who's in a spot where you're like, man, I needed some connection today. First of all, you got this now, but you got Tommy later. Up in flames. Damn it, Feldman. Gotta love Feldman. Sweet Feldman reference. If somebody got butthurt for Johnny, send that sauce to the lab and get the truth. Listen, Maddie, people are butthurt. They are butthurt, man. It's like they didn't want me to pull the mask off the Lone Ranger, man. I don't know, man. Jason P says it's reciprocal. I'm therapy for you too. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I really am. Who signed the Star Trek shirt? That would be William Shatner, my man. That is William Shatner's Star Trek shirt. I am vibrating. Oh, yeah. I'm getting a phone call from Mr. Troy Primo. Hey, Primo. I'm going to have to call you back. I'm doing a live stream, bro. No, don't worry about it. Love you, man. And that was Mr. Troy Primo. He's a good dude. Scott Ian vibrating. Hi, chat. A1. So basically, stick to the bomb sauce for something more spicy. Here's the truth, though. If you really want more spicy, CTH4 is spicier. No lie. There's my son, Johnny Jr. in the chat. I will do that, Johnny Jr. Troy's another stand-up guy. He really is. So listen, I showed this on a live stream yesterday. I'd be a Hellfire hot sauce fan. And this stuff right here, this stuff is scary. You can tell, the camera's not doing justice. You can see the extract clinging to the glass. This is going to be brutal. If you offered me $20,000 to chug this bottle, I wouldn't do it. That's a lie. If you offered me $20,000, I would do it. I don't think I'd do it for less. And I would give that $20,000 to Harvest 912. You have any clue I made a pair of boots we can buy with 20 grand? Anyhow. Hey, Johnny, where is the hate that you're talking about? All I see is love and positivity on the channel. Oh, man. People here can see the hate. First of all, I spend about, if you knew how many comments I delete a day, I'd be willing to bet you conservatively, I probably delete 75, maybe 100. No, probably 75 or more deleted comments a day. I get about, this morning I don't think I got 10 this morning. The day before, I got over 40 emails that say the worst things you could possibly imagine. If you want to draw some hate in your life, start a YouTube channel. I don't care what you talk about. Talk about fluffy clouds and pussycats and kittens and puppies, and you're still going to get it. Listen, in the chat right here, there's a lot of love because number one, there's a lot of people with blue wrenches. You see them? They get rid of the people that say nasty things. But it's out there. Trust me, it's out there. And anybody, why do you think I left online? Go online. Plenty of it. Plenty of it. I have a friend who, somebody unalived, and he used to say to me all the time, if you're taking flack, it means you're around the target. And I must be all over that target. I hate it too, snipers. Drama's a drag. If I love drama, I'd be all over social media talking about stuff. I don't. At all. They'll be gone faster than stupid groundhogs from that sequel golf movie. No drama, llama, baby. Ragnar, it's amazing how brave people can be behind a keyboard. I told you guys that story. I was in, I'm pretty sure it was Dallas Zest Fest. It may have been New York. I'm not sure, one of them. But this dude was giving me a ration of heat, calling me a fake, that I was faking. Like I was eating fake peppers. Like I went to the fake pepper store to buy those fake peppers. And I was drinking fake sauce. But he was just railing on me online. Like badly. And he saw me at one of the, I think, I don't know which one it was, but I saw him before he saw me. And I walked up. So all of a sudden I'm standing next to him. He turns and looks at me. Big smile. And asked me to sign something and get a picture. So people are very, very different behind a keyboard. I grew up in a different era. I grew up in an era where you didn't get unfriended. You got your butt handed to you. You know, you said something stupid, people go, oh, I don't unfriend you. They drove to your house, knocked on your door, and when you came out, you handled things. It's a different world we live in now. It's really the truth. I don't fake anything, snipers. Mortimer Mabustos, the wind just ripped the tarp off my gondola. It's windy out. That's why I couldn't do a video outside today. It's howling. It's a shame too, because if you look, obviously you can't see wind, nothing blowing. There's no like leaves and trees and stuff. It's cactus everywhere, but man, it is nasty out as far as wind. Will I ever organize heat events with sauce testers? Probably not, pal 77. I won't say never, because never is a bad word. Here's the thing. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. It's different. You know, there's so many things going on. You know, like I tell you, doors are flying open. In the last 48 hours, doors have been opening up that are just insane. Okay, I got to answer this question because he's asked it again, apparently. Rick asks, I just think it would make you smile. Only reason to ask is, did you see the flame bike? Did you see the flame bike and chair? I did not see the flame bike and chair, Rick. We have a birthday. Cheryl has a birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing a little bit of it with us. Thank you so much. Lemke's here. About time, Jennifer Lemke. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm just teasing when I say about time. Showing up at all, thank you for being here. A1, yeah, Charles. The best part is at 99.999999945 of the price of that pucker butt sauces. I don't know. If it's 2.7% of how hot it is, it should be 2.7% of how much he wants to sell it for. You should be able to buy that sauce for a couple bucks instead of almost 30. I don't know. I'm not picking on him. I'm just not. It just, it needs an explanation. I'm glad I don't have to explain it. Day B, we all know you're a doll, Johnny. Thank you for saying that. Cheers. You can I tell you something funny about the haters? Are you not entertained? Here's something about the haters. I love the haters in a sense because can I tell you something? You guys think you watch my videos? You guys think you watch them? The haters? They watch every video twice. Twice. They're looking for something, anything. They drive the channel to where it is. There are 61,500,000 channels. We're in the top 99% of them. You can get rid of the 61 million and we're still around. That's why they hate us. But listen, I had someone say, it's funny, Johnny Dollface, Chet, you're hilarious. So I heard someone say there's only one thing worse than having trolls. And that's not having trolls. If you have trolls, it means you're around the target, Davey, can we call a guy that? What? Dollface? Why not? I've called women Dollface a million times. I don't know. I was with, it's really funny. I was on a flight coming back from Rhode Island, and I was sitting next to this woman. She must have been 75 years old, and I had the strangest pair of pants. I had a pair of jeans with a huge hole in the thigh, just ripped, and I never fixed it, and it looked like it was just a huge hole. I'm sure there are secondhand stores you pay more money for pants like that today, but I was wearing them, and this old woman struck up this conversation with me. We started talking. At the end, she told me I was the most handsome man she'd ever met. And I thought that was so funny coming from a 75-year-old woman. So, I don't know. I think she probably thought I was a doll face. Who knows? She liked my dimples. I remember her. She really had a thing for dimples, apparently. I don't know. Jonathan Rosenberg says, Johnny, you're the bomb. I hate sensationalists, especially false advertising. Facts chase the heat. I try to give you only the facts, My son says the energy you and the Chili Queen had was priceless. Man, I thought I had her. I was sure I had her this time. At round 7, I was sure I had. There's so much they didn't show. There's so much they didn't show. But it was fun. The whole thing was fun. I love going to so many different channels, and I see a lot of y'all names and love it. It's because we are a community that melds into other communities. It just works because we all belong. Chad Matthews, 1 hot minute. We can't do 1 hot minute today. That's what we might do one. I'll tell you what is today anyway. Today's Saturday. Isn't that terrible? I gotta look at the phone to tell you what day it is. That's not a good sign. One day this week we'll do it, I promise. I give you my word. Zena says you're not terrible to look at, Johnny. You should have seen me when I was 20. I was a good-looking guy when I was 20. Means you need a gusher, Alex says. I dig gushers. Gushers are fun depending on what you're putting in it. Your grace in defeat to the queen is an example of how the world should work, Hazmat says. You know what though? Here's the deal. She's a terrific girl. I really love her. She's a fun person, and if you're gonna lose to somebody, here's the thing. I don't mind losing to anybody. You know, some people get so hung up on that. There's some people that are dying for a record, dying for a belt. I don't care. You know what's really weird, and I don't know why this happens this way, but if I'm in a contest and I win, my stock seems to go up. If I'm in a contest and I lose, my stock seems to go up. I don't really understand that really. It's Chase the Heat kid friendly. It is wildly kid friendly. In fact, I don't. Did I ever swear on here? I think I said in one of the videos I said something that was hotter than the doorknob to hell, but I apologized for saying that actually in the moment. But yeah, I pride myself on the fact that this is a family friendly show. Jonathan, hi from South Africa. Sorry to change the subject, but is David and the boys? How are the David and the boys doing from Blazing Foods? Um, everybody's good. College boy, I don't know what he's doing. He's left and he's doing his own thing. Big Al has his own business. He's left. He's doing very well. We communicate sometimes. I reached out to College Boy. He's just not responding. He either has a new number or he doesn't like me. I assume he has a new number. The Foy is doing well, and the office is. So all things considered, everybody's doing pretty well. Branded breeding, I vouch for that. Wine a bit more than kid friendly. Thank you. Is there any plans for a season two for Hot Ones? Big New York man says. Here's the deal. I've said this now. This will be the third time I've said this in this video, but I'm not a gambling man. But if I were, I'd slide all my chips into the middle that you're going to see a season two. Now, where Chase the Heat is very family friendly, Super Hots not so much. And I had nothing to do with that. You'll hear words in Super Hots that you will never hear me say on this show. And you will see things in Super Hots that while I do off camera, but you will see them on the camera there. So please understand that Super Hot does not have the same absolute G rating that this show has. Kind of important you know that. Tracy, Silver Surfer, this channel is probably the most family friendly channel on YouTube. Thank you for saying that. You know what? I've had probably 50 comments from people saying you're the only channel on YouTube I let my kid watch because I know you're never going to say anything. They're going to come to me and say, Dad, what does this word mean? You're going to hear it, but you ain't going to hear it from me. You know, kids are going to, you know, we're all born with this, just this innocent little thing. And then life has a way of snatching your innocence, and it's going to get snatched, but it ain't going to get snatched by me. I've snatched enough innocence in my lifetime to make sure I'll never do it again. You know what's really funny, Sheldon? I found this. I wish I could find it. The other day, I was talking to my brother, even on the show. If you look at, and I even posted a picture, but the reason I'm bringing it up is the very next day we spoke about it. Some social media platform reminded me that I had posted this like 5 years earlier. If you take Hugh Hefner, Charlie Sheen, and Corey Feldman, you put them side by side. So help me God, it looks like grandfather, father, son. I swear to God, if you look at them and you said to a stranger who didn't know any Americans, and said, this is a grandfather, father, and a son, they go. Or if you just said, what is this a picture of? They'd say, well, that's the grandfather, that's his son, and that's the grandson. I'm not kidding you. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. I showed my brother, he's like, stunning. Stunning, really. You know what, Bruce? We paid. I'm not sure exactly how much it costs to get a sauce tested. We paid through uh, through the business. I didn't look. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. I may as well run it by you. That was kind of exciting, wasn't it? Finding out the truth of what you sauce we all know and love, or some of us know and love, right? I thought that was kind of cool. I was thinking about. I talked about it briefly once in the past. I was thinking about doing a series where we make a list of your favorite sauces. And I mean from store stuff like Tabasco, Cholula, all the way up to this thing, and get them tested and do a big reveal. I think that could be kind of cool. I think it'd be shocking to most. Like Alex Thomas said, Flatline. Everybody thinks Flatline is 7 million. Flatline is not that hot. Flatline has, I think, 7 million in it, but it's got that much 7 million in it. It's hot, but it's not that hot. It's funny. I think no, everybody was shocked. Everybody on the planet was shocked about how hot experience was, except the people at Puckerbut because they know, right? But the exact same thing is going to happen with every single sauce I ever do that with. Exoresco. I'll read you. Go. That's it. Really? How many of you? And be honest as can be. Put a 5 in the chat if this is a true statement to you. When you heard that Da Bomb was only 170,000, weren't you like, what? It's what? Everybody in your head, having tasted it, thought it was north of $1 million. It's 170 something thousand. Here's my 5. There's Tracy's 5. Hang on a second, people. Sorry about that. We look at all the 5s, it's not that hot. So the reason I bring it up is in the very, very same sense. I read the number for experience. People are like, what? Everything is inflated. Everything is inflated. They've been doing that to us since the minute you could slap something on the label that says hot. Like how many? Yeah, I do believe that the plutonium is 9 million. No two ways about that. All extracts you buy are what are. Listen, we've had extracts that we bought that we've sent that is supposed to be 16 million, comes back like 15,99998. So you can trust extracts. You can take that stuff to the bank. But how many sauces are there? How many sauces are there that say it's the hottest sauce in the world? Do you understand that Texas Pete, it says, takes 1 drop? I could take a drop in my eye and keep talking to you. Texas Pete says that. I think it's Texas Pete. One of them says literally 1 drop will do you. So you're also full of it. Yeah, Tom Broom. Thank you, Chad. Tom Broom is another dude you can trust. If he tells you it's hot, that's Johnny Scoville's stamp of approval on that thing every time. That's a fact. Yeah, but that whole thing, most people like it don't really want it that hot. And then why are you saying it's hot? If 99.999999924.6% of the people who eat spicy don't like it really hot, why are you calling it hot? Huh. Oh, I know. Could it be maybe we'll sell more of it? None of it would have mattered if it didn't. So you don't need to make claims. You don't need to make claims. If you just threw that stuff out there, you'd be selling tons of it. Nobody'd be griping. Just, you know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Dragon's Breath. If they shut their mouth and just released Dragon's Breath, people would be going, holy crap, that Dragon's Breath is hot, huh? But before they released it, they said it's 2.46 million. It's going to kill a person. Be careful. How dumb is that, right? Had they just shut their mouth and released the pepper, we'd still be screaming and raving about that pepper. But it wasn't anything close to what they said it was going to be. Even though it was spectacular, it was nothing what they said it was going to be. Josh Adler, has anyone from Pucker Butt reached out to you? There's no need to. We know that they haven't, and there's no need to. What, why? I read a report. I read a piece of paper. And here's the thing, anybody, if you doubt me, first of all, there's another test coming, different box, different company. If you doubt me, buy a bottle, send it to a lab, bunch of them, send it to a lab, have them send it back to you. You'll go, holy crap, he was right, meaning me. He wasn't lying to me, meaning me. I don't know. It's sad. You know why it's sad? None of it was necessary. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessary. I sold for a business once. Tommy and I ran a business, a phone service. And I was like the best salesman in the country by a long shot. I mean, the person that was second was miles behind me. And it turned out that all of the information that we had been given as bullet points to make our sales were lies. That we had been told all along that every single thing we were saying was truthful. Here's this thing. When I quit, the day I found out I quit, the very day, I don't mean the day, within 15 seconds of finding out I was on the phone with the owner quitting. You know what I told him? I said, I could have been the number one salesman on the planet without any of those bullet points. I didn't need to lie to people. Why did you do that to me? Why did you make me the country's biggest liar? Explain that. Because they didn't need to, it was unnecessary. I didn't need to lie to anybody about anything. It's the exact same thing. Nobody, they just could have said, holy crap. You know, Pepper X already had such a scary name. They just could have just said Pepper X sauce. Everybody would have been fine with it. So nobody can say, look what Johnny's doing to Pucker Butt, because Johnny ain't doing squat to Pucker Butt. Simple adjustment in your phrase. What you got to say is, holy crap, look what Pucker Butt's doing to Pucker Butt. Rings true, doesn't it? Anyhow. Davey says, are you? We'll go with that. Am I what? I'm sorry, I missed it. I don't know. Bruce R says, I'm waiting to hear Ed's excuse. And listen, here's the thing. I'm not doing anything to Ed. I'm trying to do a lot for them. Thousands of people who spend a lot of money and don't have a voice. That's what I'm trying to do. Does that make me a bad guy? Does it? I can take it. I got thick skin. I've been doing this crap for years. So if that makes me a bad guy, please, somebody have the nerve to tell me. If you think I'm a jerk for doing that, please, I'm not going to block you. I won't shame you. I won't out you. But if you think I'm a jerk for doing this, tell me. Maybe email me. Do it quietly. You don't have to do it here. chasetheheat@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. Maybe you know what it is? I've taken the mask off the Lone Ranger. Maybe some people wanted that mask on. Hold on one second. Hang on one split second here. Hey, cool. Hey, Flannan Jackson, just so you know, Mullen sent you the Diablo's pacifier. You're supposed to get it today. Make a video for all of us to watch. You're in the chat, you've been told. Diablo's pacifier, it's the real deal. Anyhow, am I a bad guy? Let me go back. I didn't see if anybody said I was a bad guy. I really want to know. Hang on. Where did I say that? I'm not looking for you to say I'm a wonderful guy. Thank you. But am I a bad guy? And it's okay if I am. I'm just curious. You know why? Because I look in the mirror. I'm like, before I did this, I'm like, should I do, like, not this, but yesterday, I'm like, do I do this or not? I don't know. Here's the funniest thing. Ragnar goes, $25 for a bottle of hot sauce is a bit insulting. And this is how I look at it. I wish I had that bottle with me. It's in the other room. Let's say imagine I'm holding the empty bottle. If it was $2.99, I've got a problem with it because it's riddled with things that aren't true. I mean, the price only adds to it, but that's not the problem. The problem is we're putting something into our body that isn't what he's saying it is. It's not like you're spraying your house with it. You're eating this. Scott Lesko gifted 10 Chase the Heat memberships. God bless you, man. How cool is that? Look who got hooked up. Davey, Cheshire Cat, Mike Chili Eskimo Stoltz. Look at all these wonderful people. Thank you for doing that. It's awfully sweet of you. I mean it. Thank you. But you know what I mean? The money just added insult to injury. The money was just insult to injury. Here's the funny thing. That whole thing to me may have been a lot easier like 15 years ago. Here's the problem. Google, we're smart, got a lot of experience. There's a whole lot of people. Like I'm wondering in my head, did he think no one was ever going to say anything? Like he made this video, like, listen, it's not now everybody really wants it that high. He made this video yesterday, the day before. Should he not have made that? Should he not have said that in the First We Feast video when they talked about it? Seems like a better time to me. I don't know. Here's the problem. Watch this. You know, I say, have they gone after you? Not yet. Trust and believe it's coming. I just don't see why they're keeping the pepper so secret. He wants it to be named the hottest, but won't release it to the public. Somebody just off to me about that. Jason Phil wants to know. Now why would he do that? Your guess is as good as mine. Here's a funny thing. I'm not a bad guy to anybody here. Do you have any clue how bad a guy I am in that store right now? Oh, they're a very credible lab, and I made a deal with them when I did this not to release the name of the lab. All the labs are credible. There's no such thing as a lab that does. First of all, this wasn't a university lab. This is a lab that does this for a living. They have several locations, but I made a deal with them. I'm going to honor that. But they're a great lab. In addition to that, the second company, who I don't have that yet, also a great lab. Here's the funny thing. This is going to be the kick in the pants. See these two front teeth? I spent a lot of money on braces. My parents did. I'll bet that the results we get back from the second lab are not going to be the same as the result we got back from the first lab, which means it's not consistent. It's a problem. Anyhow, Big New York man, do you think Sean Evans from First We Feast will change the 10th bottle or something? I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. There goes my shot at being on First We Feast, though, huh?
How about the Z-rated tire? Who's really going to go 200 miles an hour?
Right? Exactly. Tommy just made a great example. You know, tires are speed rated. You understand that, right? And on the Autobahn, you can go any speed you want. They don't care. But if you're going over a certain speed, they do have the right to pull you over. And you know what they do? They look at your tires and they make sure that your tires are rated for the speed you're traveling. If they are, they say, sweet car, be careful. But if they're not, they give you a ticket that's going to shock you. Now, when they sell a Z-rated tire, 99.999999246% of people aren't going to drive that fast. So what's the big deal? Because the people that do, the tire's going to explode. That's why. Words matter. Man, when I was a little kid, my dad said something. You know what he said to me? He goes, words matter. They matter a lot. Words matter. Here's the funny thing, Broussard. He says if the second result is even in the ballpark of the first one, case closed. I know somebody. I don't know if I should even say this. No, I'm not going to say this. I had little devil here, and I had little attorney Johnny Scoville here, and the devil's going, screw it, say it, shoot your mouth off and say it. They deserve to hear it. And the little attorney Johnny went, as your attorney, I'm advising you to shut your pie hole and end the video now before you say something that's going to get you in trouble. And this one's going to win. Anyhow, I want you guys to know something. I love you guys. You're an amazing group of people. No hate here. No hate here at all. Truth, connections, positivity, connectivity. That's what's here. I love all of you. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for those who gave super chat and for the gift of memberships. I love every one of you. Be kind to somebody. Tell somebody you love them, right? Be the difference in somebody's day today. Jason P. I love you. Awesome cruise. Go binge watch Super Hot. Yeah, man. If you haven't seen it, go check out Super Hot. It's a good day to watch. It's on Hulu and Disney Plus. We'll talk about it soon. Who loves you? This guy does. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.